richer than your wildest dreams.
I won!
What happens next? Do you indulge your passions?
Yeah, Bill, I think this is the boat for me.
Clammy!
Or spread your wealth around?
She said if $1 million is what you need, then consider it done.
It should be the win of a lifetime. But for some,
to see them go through that, I'm gonna start crying.
it's just the icing on the cake.
She is a real true lottery.
I'm Cynthia Stafford, and I won $112 million.
Perched above the California coast is upscale Pacific Palisades. It's the place to be if you're a celebrity, Hollywood mover and shaker, or a lottery multi-millionaire. Cynthia Stafford is a film producer, art collector, and philanthropist, all thanks to the lottery. It's a life this single mother of four planned long before her big win.
I looked into financial planners. I was house hunting. I was doing everything that I would have done had the money been there.
She even knew the amount.
I wrote $112 million on a sheet of paper, and I put it under my pillow and slept on that number for a few weeks and meditated. I'm very heavy into meditation. Breathing in positivity, removing all negativity.
It's a philosophy handed down by Cynthia's late mother.
Having complete faith without necessarily seeing things happening. So she taught me that.
The lesson paid off big time. In May 2007, Cynthia's Mega Millions Quick Pick numbers came in. And the prize? Exactly $112 million. That's right. She won the $112 million she dreamed of. Cynthia shared the prize with her father and brother.
She with a smile from ear to ear.
They took the cash payout and $22.3 million each after taxes. Then this former computer account exec went on the mother of all spending sprees.
Well, I bought a few cars. One is my car, my personal car, and that's my Bentley convertible car. I see people staring and pointing, and then I look around, I'm like, oh, it's the car. Not because of me, it's the car. Then I bought a Mercedes van for the kids. That is their car. And then I also have another Bentley. I have a Notch, and it's more like the family car because I can't get all the kids into my convertible.
She moved her family from LA's South Bay to the glamorous West Side.
I have a large home. It's about 5,000 square feet. It's much different from where I lived prior, which is about, I think, 1,100 square feet.
Homes like Cynthia's are worth around $2.5 million.
This is the living room we're standing in right now. I collect a lot of contemporary art. I saw that and I was like, gotta have it. Didn't know where I was gonna put it, but I knew I had to have it. Another chandelier. It's my bedroom. It's the master. King of the jungle. I had a chandelier hung in here too. But this is my master. This is my haven. This is me.
But Cynthia's favorite indulgence is her purse collection.
My favorite purse? Yeah, it's actually sitting out on the bench over here. It's made from the belly of a crocodile. Gucci only made two of them. I own one, and Selma Hayek has the other one.
The kids are enjoying their new life too.
We're able to buy different toys, stock up on games. We can pretty much get whatever as long as we abide by the rules.
Do our best. Do good.
But this picture of lottery luxury is only part of the Stafford family story. It's come after a long and painful struggle that threatened to keep them apart, until the $112 million jackpot changed everything.
In '99, my brother was hit by a car. He was crossing the street and got struck by a drunk driver. When that happened, I knew I had to step in.
Hi, we're the Minissale, and we won $1,000 a week for life in the New York State Lottery.
The financial downturn spelled disaster for music store owner Nino Minissale in upstate New York.
2008 was a nightmare for business owners. At Christmas time, I was scratching my head. We were down 50%. 2008 was actually the first year that we actually lost money.
On Christmas Eve, Nino shut up shop and headed home to his wife Kathy and daughter Alexa.
My wife had called me and told me not to forget to pick up milk for Alexa. So I'm on my way home. Oh man, I forgot to get the milk. And then I also remembered I hadn't got my wife anything for Christmas yet. So I get in the gas station, picked up my milk, can't go a day without milk. And I'm at the counter and I'm like, I don't feel like going to the mall, so I just get her some scratch-off tickets. And you guys have the scratch-off the win for life. And I think that day it was a Sunday and it was snowing and hey, why not? You never know.
But Kathy wasn't impressed.
And on Christmas, she was just like, you really didn't buy me anything? And I'm like,
You got scratch-offs. When I was scratching it off, I looked up and I said, I know I'm not supposed to pray to win money, but I really want to win this. And then I scratched the third life. And I'm looking at the three lives after, saying, I really want to win this. And I went in and I said, I really got it. I got it. And he was like, what'd you get? What?
She'd won $1,000 a week for the rest of her life. That's right, $1,000 a week for life. Suddenly, their business worries were over.
I'm probably a lot easier to be around. There's really never the pressure of we have to sell this, we have to do this. It's sort of like I go to work now and I have fun. The way the economy is right now, basically we are living off the lottery winnings.
Kathy thought she'd have to go back to work just to make ends meet.
Winning this lottery, it ensures that I get to stay home. I get to volunteer in her school. I get to volunteer around our community.
That looks delicious. You want to get in? Come on, sweet pea. It's nice to know that we can continue doing this without any worries. Because Lex and I have a great time together. Oh, Lex.
All right, it's fine.
But the Minissales say they'd already hit the jackpot 3 years before their lottery win.
As a matter of fact, the first thing when the lottery people asked us what it was like to win the lottery, both my wife and I laughed and looked at Alexa. She is a real true lottery.
They'd struggled with infertility for 14 years and thought they would never have a child until Kathy's sister made an extraordinary offer.
I owe her more than you can imagine.
Who plays the lottery more often, men or women? It's men. Around 42% of men play at least once a week, compared to 34% of women.
I'm Jason Fry, and I won $23 million in the Florida Lotto.
Historic Fort Myers, Florida, has been home to soldiers, cowboys, and ranchers over the years. It's also home to lottery winner Jason Fry.
This is where I used to work for about 7 years.
Jason was a bartender, struggling to support his family and pay off a house and an investment property.
I was working basically 2-3 jobs to keep us afloat, but with 2 mortgages, we went through our savings and everything. And me and my wife got separated.
On the verge of bankruptcy, playing the lottery was a luxury Jason couldn't afford. But one night, as a co-worker headed out to buy a lottery ticket, Jason made a split-second decision that would change the rest of his life.
I ran after him and told him to get me some as well. So he went right across the street there to 7-Eleven, grabbed 2 quick picks, walked back about 5 minutes later. I told him, I said, if you win, we'll split it. If I win, we'll split it.
On the night of the draw, Jason hit the computer before hitting the sack.
Checked the lottery ticket and read the first few numbers and couldn't believe it and kept going. And I went and read it about 8 times and checked the date and checked the right thing and couldn't believe it.
He won a whopping $23 million. Jason gave a third of his prize to the co-worker who bought the ticket and another third to his wife, paying off their mortgages before the couple divorced. After taxes, Jason was left with just $4 million. But single again and debt-free, it was more than enough for him to begin a new life. He quit his 3 jobs, hung out at the beach, and splurged on a new Cadillac Escalade and a head-turning Spyder road bike. But now that Jason didn't have to work anymore, he needed to find something else to pour his energy into. After 6 months, he made a decision to chase a dream many share, but few can afford.
When I first won, people asked me what I was going to do for the rest of my life.
Jason's answer? To become a pro golfer.
My vision was to eventually get on the PGA Tour, or maybe even get on the Seniors Tour.
Jason trained with a coach 5 days a week, spending thousands to transform himself from bartender to pro golfer. But had this multi-millionaire found his calling? And would all the money and hard work pay off?
Oh. Jeez. Get going, get going, get going. Jeez.
I'm Tyrone Curry. I won $3.4 million in the Washington State Lottery.
While Seattle sleeps, school custodian Tyrone Curry arrives for work.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting here. I'm gonna start my day. It's early, but not for me. After 33 years, it's just a piece of cake.
Tyrone played Washington's Quinto Lottery often.
2 Lotto, 2 Megas, 2 Hit 5.
His wife checked his tickets that fateful day in 2006.
She called me up and she said, you need to come home.
Right now.
We won the lottery.
He's like, well, how much was it? And I'm like, I don't know. It's 3, 4, 1. I don't know. There's too many zeros. I can't count that high. I said, you just need to come right now.
They'd won a hefty $3.4 million. That's $2.5 million after taxes. So did the Currys rush out and splurge? Not quite.
When we first won, we didn't do anything. We were scared to do anything. We had to have our financial advisor tell us, go spend some money.
He said, you gotta go out and buy something so it can sink in that you actually have this kind of money.
So that's when we went and bought the cars. And that was a hard thing to do, to write the check for that amount of money. Never written a check that big before.
And it sucked in.
Then the Currys vacationed in Hawaii and the Bahamas and bought a timeshare in Vegas. But upgrading to a millionaire's mansion just wasn't this couple's style. They were content with their modest home.
Put siding up, buy the heat pump, put a fence up. We're not trying to be Richie Rich or anything like that because it's not us.
But you'd think Tyrone would kiss his janitor's broom goodbye. Think again. In fact, this lottery winner loves working so much, he has not 1, but 4 jobs, and he's sticking with all of them.
This is job number 2. Much better, much better. I go from my regular job into track practice. There we go. This is Evergreen High School. Great step. So I'm the coach, and I do all the running and jumping events. What you want to do is just go back a ways. You're going to light jog, sprint into the exchange. Green. Green. Oh, good. Too soon. Right here. This is where we want to exchange.
People will keep asking him, why are you still here? Because he enjoys working here, loves the kids. He's a great coach.
Green. I live for track. I was a track runner, triple jump, long jump, high jump. This is my first love right here.
When Tyrone hit it big, he put his lottery money where his heart is.
The first thing he said when he saw me is, we're getting our track. Because he always said, for as long as I've known him, that if he wins the lottery, he's going to get Evergreen a new track.
And for the kids, a team makeover.
This is a jacket.
He came in with a box of uniforms, and we was like, wow.
We don't get a lot of money for track, so that was my contribution to the kids. They deserve to have decent stuff so they can look presentable. Here we go.
Tyrone's got big dreams for Evergreen's relay team.
You qualify in the top 4, you advance to districts. From districts, you go to state, and that's the goal that we set to get to state.
And their biggest test is coming up, the league meet preliminaries. Will Tyrone's time, money, and energy pay off?
I'm Cynthia Stafford, and I won $112 million.
Cynthia Stafford is living every lottery winner's dream after nabbing $112 million with her big brother and father. She's got the cars, the clothes, and the big house in LA's exclusive Pacific Palisades. It's all a long way from her old life in LA's South Bay.
We're in Hawthorne. I'm at my old house. It's been painted since I moved. I've been in Palisades 2 years, and it's only been 2 years, but to me it seemed like it's been much longer time. So this house represents a past, good and bad, you know, because there were some things that happened that I don't want to remember.
The tough times began 10 years ago when Cynthia's beloved younger brother Keith was killed by a drunk driver.
In '99, my brother was hit by a car. He was crossing the street and got struck by a drunk driver.
With no one to care for them, his children were put into foster care.
There were times when we were in foster homes together, and then there were times where they would put us in different cities.
When that happened, I knew I had to step in, get them out, be a parent to them.
The court gave Cynthia custody of the 2 youngest, Kamani and Sigourney. She quit her job as a computer account exec to raise them. But for 8 years, the older children went from one foster home to another, while Cynthia fought for the right to care for them too.
And I didn't think that they should be raised by other people. I felt that they should be with their family.
The night Cynthia wrote $112 million on a piece of paper, she visualized all the children around her.
She with a smile from ear to ear, 112.
A few weeks later, her numbers came in.
Money came. I remember having to go to court shortly after that. And they treated me a little bit differently too at that point, which is interesting, what money can do. And things just started rolling the right way for us. But I'm a fighter, so I won. Like I won the money. I don't give up.
And me and my sister started screaming. We were so happy. We were crying and just screaming.
Cynthia won custody of the 4 youngest and is raising them as her own. And she's as proud as any mother could be.
As good as you. Charmaine is very poetic. She's a great writer, and she's into fashion. Jamil is very strong when it comes to athletics. Sigourney, very artistic soul too. They're all very artistically creative kids. She's a great musician and singer.
Yeah.
And Kamani, he's good at negotiating for everybody else. I say that he'll be a really good attorney.
With the children safely in her care, Cynthia looked around for other ways to give back.
She said, okay, if $1 million is what you need, then consider it done.
Hi, my name's Alexa, Christine Minissale, and we won $1,000 per week for life.
Hey, why not? You never know.
In 2008, Nino Minissale gave his wife a Christmas present she'll never forget. A scratch-off that won them $1,000 a week for life. But the Minissales were lucky long before the lottery win came their way. When Kathy's sister gave them a gift that money can't buy.
I owe her more than you can imagine. She gave us a gift that you just can't repay. I've tried, but you just can't repay the gift of life.
14 years of in vitro fertilization treatments had left Nino and Kathy heartbroken.
We've gone through, I would say 4 or 5 in vitro fertilization. You know, it's always, okay, it worked this time, it's gonna work this time, and just never did.
And she tries to stay strong through everything, but you can always tell behind that there was a lot of sadness going on. To see them going through that, I'm gonna start crying. I just one day casually said, well, why don't you use me?
IVF doctors used Kathy's egg and Nino's sperm, so that Chris could be surrogate mother to the couple's biological baby. 9 months later, Alexa was born.
And I said, this must be what it feels like to win the lottery. I said, I just can't believe we got to bring this baby home. And 3.5 years later, we end up being lucky enough to win the lottery, so I feel like I've won twice.
But Chris isn't the only one who made this lottery-winning couple's dream of a family come true. In moments, Alexa will come face to face with the man who made her life possible.
All right, we're gonna go see Dr. Kelts.
Hello, Alexa.
Do low-income earners spend more money on the lottery than high-income earners? No. Americans earning more than $75,000 a year will spend 3 times as much on lottery tickets as those earning less than $25,000.
I'm Tyrone Curry. I won $3.4 million in the Washington State Lottery.
Tyrone Curry loves all 4 of his jobs.
Sprinting to the exchange.
And winning $3.4 million won't slow him down.
This is my 3rd job, the seating host at Safeco Field for the Seattle Mariners. And I greet and seat patrons.
But his passion is his track team at Evergreen High School in West Seattle.
This is the finals, and the people that advance from here go to our district meet.
From there, it's one step to Tyrone's dream of getting his 4x100 relay team to the state finals.
Come on, Sean!
Evergreen gets off to a great start, but then on the 3rd handoff, a rival runner falls in Evergreen's path, costing the team a place at the district meet. Tyrone wants a rerun, but this lottery winner's dream is in the hands of the officials.
I was standing in that corner right there.
Will his luck hold out, as it did for our next lottery winner?
I'm Jason Fry, and I won $23 million in the Florida Lotto.
Jason Fry held down 3 jobs to stave off bankruptcy before a split-second decision led to a $23 million lottery win. He said goodbye to the hard times and hit the green to pursue his dream of playing on the PGA Tour.
I got really good, 5-6 months every day. Got to be about a 6 handicap. That's it. I played in a tournament in Fort Myers, played the Fort Myers Classic, and I also played in a Pro-Am in San Diego. So that was pretty fun.
But the dream faded when Jason realized that he missed working, and he feared sinking his fortune into a golfing career wasn't a great investment. So he got some advice.
Hey, Jason, how you doing? How's it going, kid?
From a whole team of financial advisors. Together, they're working out the best way to grow Jason's millions.
And it's good because they're always like looking out for me. You know, if I bring up ideas, they're always not just saying, yeah, that's a good idea. They're constantly questioning my ideas, questioning what I plan on doing.
Exciting stuff. It's my dream team.
That's right.
In a surprise choice for a man about town, Jason decided to invest his millions in batteries.
Batteries Plus is a national franchise. Basically, we deal in every type of battery you can imagine, from car batteries to boat batteries to cell phones to laptops.
Then he asked his good friend Sean Kennedy to become his business manager and partner. And now, sales are skyrocketing.
We've already beaten last year's May sales by 7,000. And if we keep up with the pace that we're on, we should break the 100 grand mark again for the 4th month in a row.
But this dynamic duo is not content to run just one successful store. They bought the franchise rights for 4 more.
He loves selling batteries. I mean, everything nowadays is run by batteries. Me and my partner always say we're going to be the battery gurus of Southwest Florida. So, yeah, that's what we're planning on doing, is just keep building and building and building.
His success is big news in Southwest Florida, and the local news is here to cover the grand reopening of the store.
Thanks for everybody coming out. I appreciate it. And the ribbon cutting.
With business booming, Jason can afford to pursue other interests.
Anything I can help you find? What do you
Something big, something fast.
It's a 4 winds, 310 horizon. Should run close to 60 mile an hour. There it is, bud. You ready?
Nice, yeah.
Feels nice. Feels fast.
Really nice.
Is this the one?
Yeah, Bill, I think this is the goal for me.
Yeah. All right. Glad to hear it.
It's been a whirlwind ride from near bankruptcy to multi-millionaire businessman. But after his heartbreaking divorce, Jason had nobody to share it with until Savannah Martin walked into his life.
She was just a fun girl. We would go out and hang out.
They met at the restaurant where Jason used to bartend.
So were you at the boat?
Yeah, we took a test drive today, me and Billy, and looks like we're gonna go with the 31-foot bow rider.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
We can take it down to the Keys? Awesome, great.
Last summer, when we really started getting serious and dating, we were able to travel a lot.
On one of those trips last October, Jason made another split-second decision, one that was just as life-changing as the first.
Hi, I'm Tyrone Curry. I won $3.4 million in the Washington State Lottery.
When he won $3.4 million, Tyrone Curry bought track uniforms for his team and promised them a new track. But none of that helps Evergreen today. The relay team's dream of reaching the state finals is in tatters unless officials allow a rerun.
By jumping over them, that might have stopped him a little bit, but the 4 guys were already gone by.
Tyrone's appeal fails, and the relay team's out of the competition.
Let's round them up. That's track. Anything can happen in track.
A week later, it's an end-of-season celebration, and the steak dinner's on Tyrone.
Kids aren't appreciated, and this is my way of saying thank you. Great season. Next year we're going to be even stronger. We had a couple of disappointments, but next year we'll be better.
When winter comes, he'll switch to his 4th job, girls basketball coach.
You gotta stay busy. It keeps you young. I would miss meeting people, so that's why I work.
1, 2, 3,
People say a job is hard work. It's hard work if you let it be hard. And I look at work as fun.
I'm Jason Fry, and I won $23 million in the Florida Lotto.
Jason Fry was almost bankrupt when a snap decision netted a $23 million windfall. But it was his beautiful girlfriend Savannah that led him to make a second spontaneous but life-changing decision.
I secretly ran off to the jewelry store while she was still sleeping, got an engagement ring, and went into bed, laid down next to her, and when she rolled over, I had it there for her, and asked her to marry me on that day.
Being a millionaire's fiance hasn't changed Savannah's life yet. She still works at the same restaurant and is studying for her communications degree.
Jason actually pushed me a lot to go back to school. I try to do both and keep it very full-time. And I also am trying to plan my wedding.
She wants that big wedding, big dress, whole spiel, so I could go to Vegas and get married tomorrow, be fine with me, but she wants this and I love her, so whatever she wants, I'd like to give it to her.
With millions in the bank, the sky's the limit when it comes to the budget.
We are looking for venues. We've shopped around at a few.
How you doing?
Good. Yes.
Jason, hi.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Pelican Resort.
Thank you.
Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on a tour and just show you what a basic wedding would look like when your guests come in and what they see.
No, I made him come. I've been looking for dresses and everything by myself online since the day he proposed, but I made him come right away with this. I want him to have an input on where it's going to be.
Take your place our table here. This is the grand ballroom. Wow. Which is actually staged for a wedding, so you can see what it would look like.
With everything, a wedding in the grand ballroom will cost around $40,000. But Jason and Savannah don't mind. They just want it to be one heck of a party. And thanks to the lottery, Jason can afford to give Savannah the fairy tale wedding she dreams of.
What about our honeymoon, babe?
Since I won the lottery, I'm happier in the sense that I know that I can do so much with my life.
I want to go to Hawaii, Jamaica, Aruba.
I'm not constrained to just paying the bills and getting by and doing things now that I just never would imagine myself doing. Just be my own boss. Now I know that I can actually do things that I enjoy, and knowing in the back of my head that I am financially secure, I mean, that's a great feeling.
I'm Cynthia Stafford, and I won $112 million.
Cynthia Stafford wrote $112 million on a piece of paper and stuck it under her pillow. A few weeks later, her family hit it big. With a Mega Millions lottery win of, you guessed it, $112 million. A day in the life of this multi-millionaire starts with exercise and meditation with her very own personal trainer and business manager, Lanre Adewu.
I help her work out in the morning. And then we go on to whatever the business of the day is.
Today, it's a planning meeting.
Good morning, you guys.
Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Queen.
Oh, my court.
Indeed, your court.
In LA, many dream of working in Hollywood. Cynthia's using her win to make it happen.
We started Cynthia's production company called Queen Nefertari Productions. I am a producer, and I partner with her on all of her projects. Let it begin. Let it begin. I mean,
My hope is that it becomes a major, and it will be a major force in the media.
The lottery win, it makes things easier, to go out and kind of live the life that you want to live. I think she would have done it either way, to be honest. She probably would have taken up a collection around the neighborhood to make her first movie. So it's something that's either in you or it's not.
But this lottery millionaire believes in giving back too.
When I was a child, I used to send my allowance to UNICEF. I'm always in that space of giving because I believe that when you give, so shall you receive back. And I have been blessed a millionfold for that.
A lifelong love of the arts led Cynthia to the Geffen Playhouse, a theater founded by Hollywood mega producer David Geffen.
This is the Cynthia P. Stafford Education Room, named in honor of Miss Stafford. This is a typical education meeting. Cynthia comes to these to keep in touch with what we're doing at the Geffen Playhouse.
She was really impressed with what we were doing with education.
They look for those who cannot afford and who are disadvantaged, and I like that.
And she said, Regina, what's your dream? And I said, my dream would be that we get $1 million gift to endow our education and outreach program. And she said, okay, if $1 million is what you need, then consider it done. And I honestly, even now, I get like goosebumps thinking about it because it's the most extraordinary gift that anybody's ever given.
Cynthia is now on Geffen's board of directors with luminaries like Steven Spielberg and Quincy Jones. Up next, a happy ending to this LA story.
Cynthia has this air of royalty, like she's been there her whole life.
Where do 27% of women hide their winning lottery tickets? In their bras.
Hi, my name's Alexa, Christine Minissale, and we won $1,000 per week for life.
Nino and Kathy Minissale think they're the world's luckiest lottery winners. And it's not just because they won $1,000 a week for life. They say that they won the lottery 3 years before, when after 12 years of infertility, Kathy's sister offered to be surrogate mother to their baby.
I just one day casually said, well, why don't you use me?
But another person was also instrumental in creating this happy family.
I'm a reproductive endocrinologist, which I call a fertility specialist. And I help individuals and couples have children.
Today, Dr. Kiltz will meet Alexa for the first time.
All right, we're gonna go see Dr. Kiltz. Yeah. He's the miracle worker, Lex. Here we go. Hello, Dr. Kiltz. This is Alexa.
Hello, Alexa. How are you doing? How old are you now?
3/4.
Oh my gosh.
Spectacular.
Oh my gosh. I feel blessed that I'm able to be part of this. they wished for you, and here you are. Pretty amazing.
It's funny when we walked in the door with her for the first time, I can't believe we had this baby.
We waited so long for her that we just, every day is just special.
One person I wanted to thank you for this gift, and we really owe it all, mostly to you and my sister, of course. Well, thank God for you guys. Thank you.
I think you guys got to get in here too, because you guys are all awesome and amazing.
Thanks for everything. Thanks for our life. Right?
It's my pleasure.
But this miracle child is lucky for another reason too. The Minissales found a bonus in the lottery fine print. They could put part of the win in Alexa's name, so she gets a portion of the $1,000 weekly prize.
Kathy gets X amount of percentage until she wants to turn it over to Alexa. Because then Alexa will get the whole ticket.
Then the $1,000 a week will be Alexa's for the rest of her life.
Going to work now, being happy, knowing that my family's being taken care of, knowing that Alexa someday is going to have this prize, it'll be something that she's going to say, hey, my dad bought my mom this ticket for Christmas. That's an awesome thing.
I'm Cynthia Stafford, and I won $112 million.
Cynthia Stafford was fighting the system to get her brother's kids out of foster care when a $112 million lottery win changed everything.
I
won! And 2 short years later, she's transformed herself into a film producer, philanthropist,
This is the Cynthia P. Stafford Education Room.
and board member at LA's respected Geffen Playhouse.
Why don't you do the postcards anymore?
But this lottery winner's lucky in love too.
I feel heavier today.
Romance has blossomed with her personal trainer and business manager, Lanre Adewu.
So the fact that I'm able to work with her at the same time, and she's somebody that I care about, it's actually a perfect marriage. No pun intended, but.
Well, I'm at the Beverly Center. I like shopping here because it's a high-end retail mall. And
my role in the shopping process is to get her to not buy everything in the store.
now I don't have to just look in the store window. I can look and say, hey, I think I'm gonna go buy that. They're screaming at me too.
Looking at your pearls.
Oh yes, they are lovely.
How much is this?
This one is, of course, you have the most expensive taste, $11,000. The sterling is $795.
This would be the point in time I try to get her to go for the 800.
Can I see that on me?
Sure, of course.
You know, silver really is to make it a comeback.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
Cynthia decides on 2 sterling silver necklaces rather than the gold.
We could make it $13.50 for you for both.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I also carry bags.
Back at home with just enough time to get ready for tonight's event.
I'm getting ready for an event at the Geffen Playhouse. It's a premiere that's happening tonight. This is my hairstylist and makeup artist, stylist to the stars. Ooh, glammy, glammy.
Tonight is the opening night of Farragut North. Cynthia is coming with all of our board members.
This is my car, Vroom Vroom. We're done.
See you later.
A lot of celebrities do come.
Hey, thank you.
And Cynthia likes to sit in the front row. When she does walk in, it's like a rock star has walked into our theater. Everybody calls me the next day and wants to know who she is.
Hi, how are you today?
Is she in the music industry? Is she a producer?
Is that thanks to the material trappings of her lottery fortune? Or is it something else?
Cynthia has this air of royalty, or like this air of celebrity. Like she's been there her whole life.
Like she has that it factor. I think it's something she was born with.
I know I'm gonna manifest it this time, and I did. Whatever it is that you believe in life, it will appear. Life is really like, hey, you gotta take hold of it and live it. Not put it on the shelf. Before you know it, you just kind of sitting on the park bench looking at everybody else. And that's not gonna be me. Glammy, glammy. No, live it to the full goal as much as you can. So I believe.
Jason Fry and his fiancée Savannah have settled on the upscale Pelican Preserve for their wedding.
We really want it to be a great party, a great celebration.
Meanwhile, millionaire coach Tyrone Curry is planning to take a break long enough for an adventure with his wife Michelle. But it's not one you'd expect for a lottery multi-millionaire.
I would like to travel on a train, get a sleeper car, and do all the United States.
And for Cynthia, well, the sky's the limit.
I wouldn't be surprised to see her star in her own show or in many shows.
It only takes a split second for a ball to drop or a number to come up. But if it's your number, one thing's for sure, winning the lottery will change your life forever.